You wake up energized, ready to start a new day. You wake up and you do whatever tasks that are needed. Maybe that is go to the gym, read, whatever you guys do, get ready for work or school. And finally, you check the time and damn, I need to go to work or school, and you haven't even had breakfast. And maybe this is because you woke up late, or maybe it is because you just can't be bothered, or maybe it is because it is just convenient. You grab some Fruit Loops and some milk, maybe some cornflakes even, or maybe you decide to go a bit extra and you toast some white bread with some butter and cheese. You eat that hurriedly, swallowing whole bites without taking time to digest and actually chew the food, and you go to wherever you need to go. You arrive at work and you're feeling energized. Wow, that food really helped. Food really gives you energy, doesn't it? And then you start performing your work-related tasks, your schoolwork, and suddenly your energy levels drop and you feel tired, sluggish, brain fog, and you're just thinking, what the hell? The whole point of this hypothetical but afraidly true scenario is this: what we eat and the way we eat affects our bodies, and not just physically, but our moods. Refined carbs can lead to blood sugar spikes and crashes, even ones that don't taste super sweet, like white bread, which unfortunately results in mental fogginess. And this example that I just listened is just one way where one specific food affects one specific aspect of our health. This can be applied to 1,000 different foods, and each food affects our bodies in completely different ways. But to look at a positive example, it is the same scenario as before, except one thing has changed. You decide to wake up 30 minutes earlier to take that time to make a healthy breakfast and sit down and actually eat it slow, present, without your phone. What do you decide to eat? Some eggs, some avocado, and some wholemeal bread. So eggs provide all the amino acids needed for human health, including, I don't really know how to say this, but tryptophan, I think, which the body uses to make serotonin. If you don't know what serotonin is, it is basically a happy hormone, similar to dopamine. What about avocados? Shouldn't I eat some butter if butter is lower calorie than avocados? Avocados are packed with brain and mind boosting nutrients such as vitamin E, potassium, and fiber, while butter, on the other hand, has almost none of them. And finally, the wholemeal bread that you just ate will help to keep your energy levels stable and is so much better for digestion than that plain old processed white bread. And just like that, after taking just 30 minutes to eat something clean, slowly, mindfully, magically, you actually feel good after eating a meal and are ready to take on your day with an improved mood and enhanced focus. Every single food we eat impacts our bodies in numerous ways. And since it is so complex, there isn't a right and a wrong. You need to remember this. There are only trade-offs. What do I mean by trade-offs? For example, a bodybuilder who's trying to gain a lot of muscle and bulk, he will eat very, very, very high protein, red meat, eggs, and his trade-off is very high protein to build muscle. But on the other hand, that could cause higher cholesterol, that could cause that bubble gut that a lot of bodybuilders have, and other things. With this trade-off and purpose in mind, let's get to some general rules, because at the end of the day, there are still things that are better compared to others. So the bad ones are pretty obvious. And it's the things that are industrialized, things that are packaged, and the things that aren't just one ingredient and have multiple ingredients inside. While good foods, on the other hand, are usually minimally processed foods with only one ingredient. For example, you buy an apple that is not processed at all. It is literally just an apple, but it is just one ingredient. If you look at pasta, that's already kind of murky. That's kind of processed. And if you look at the back of it, some of them are kind of healthy, some of them are really not healthy, but they always have more than just one ingredient. So that's already more middle. And then we go to white bread. That crap is so processed, additives, chemicals, so then it doesn't, get moldy, because real bread gets stale after one day. That thing doesn't. And this is because of all the things they add. Just look at the back of the package. I'm not going to go into detail about what is good for us, what is bad for us. I think you guys have a general idea. But these are the top 6 foods I would highly recommend that everyone eats, despite the trade-offs listed before. The top 6 are salmon, eggs, berries, nuts, leafy greens, and of course, avocado. Since I don't have time to go in depth about why these 6 foods are super good, leave a comment, and with enough comments, I'll make a video on this. But let's move on. The whole point of what I'm trying to say is that if we prioritize eating these foods listed that are minimally processed, that are packed with vitamins, healthy fats, whatever, while avoiding these processed things that we know are causing us harm, but we just don't do anything to avoid, and that is when we're going to feel better after eating. And of course, physically, but I'm talking about mentally. And to strengthen this evidence and to wrap everything up, we can look at the gut-brain axis. If you don't know what the gut-brain axis is, it is basically a term for the communication network that connects your gut and your brain, both physically and biochemically, in a number of different ways. Have you ever gotten butterflies in your stomach when you're feeling nervous? Well, this is an example of the gut-brain axis in effect. What I'm trying to say is that your brain affects your gut health, and yes, your gut health, what you put into your body and the way you treat it, affects your brain health. So by altering types of bacteria in the gut, it may be possible to improve brain health, which is the whole point of this video. If you do want me to go in depth of the gut-brain axis or the top 6 foods listed before, you know what to do. Simply drop a comment. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. Hopefully you've gained some knowledge from this short and sharp video. Subscribe if you have. But anyways, I will see you all for the next one. Ciao.